I'm Sam Patterson, and this is CINESPRATIONS, the show where I interview people about how their favorite movies have influenced their life. Today, I'm here with a very special guest. So, can you tell me your name, and if you were any pop singer, which pop singer would you be?
Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm Roache. I'm his brother Seth's fiancé. And if I could be a pop singer, oh my gosh. I mean, I would be like one of the 80s, like Whitney Houston or Aretha Franklin.
That's
one of
fair.
those divas. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me what the last movie you watched was and what you thought of it?
Oh, the last movie I watched. I think the last movie I watched was Pride and Prejudice in the movie theaters.
That's fair.
They
Was,
did like
was it the re-release of
yeah,
it?
yeah. They did a re-release, and I'd never seen it.
Okay.
So I watched it for the first time with your brother, and it
Yes.
he fell asleep, but I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
How I liked it.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I loved it. It's a movie that I've heard of for a while, but I had never really been into the like kind of that era of movies, like the movies about that kind of era. So I was like, I don't know if I'll like it or enjoy it. It seems kind of boring, but it was very entertaining, very well done, very beautifully shot, which I really appreciated. And they took it really seriously, but not too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's good. Now I'm going to ask you the letterboxd question.
Yes.
So, what are your 4 favorite movies?
Yes! Okay. 4 favorites would be the Chicago musical, movie musical. The Truth About Cats and Dogs, which no one knows, but Uma Thurman's in it. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. And then Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
And then like cult classic would be like SpongeBob.
That's fair.
Yeah, the SpongeBob movie.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you kind of break it down for me and tell me how each of those have influenced your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll start with Chicago. I'm musical theater, and I always had the love of musical theater.
Yeah.
And seeing that and seeing like women who were like strong and like incredible dancers and singers in this really well done movie was very huge for me. And I used to watch it, like I had the VHS tape of it, and so I would just plug it in the VHS player in my room and just like rewind it and like press play and like any of the songs that I wanted and like rewind it again and press play and rewind it again. So I loved that, and that is important to me because of that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's just one that like I think meant the most to me and my siblings, just as you know, together. And we would always have it on, and we could quote the whole thing, and it was important to me growing up. And then my best friend in college, we met, and I found out she was a huge SpongeBob fan. And so she's even bigger than I am.
Right.
But we like bonded over our love for SpongeBob and our love for like references, and we always can like speak in references like I think a lot of like friends can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I think why that's important to me.
Yeah.
The Truth About Cats and Dogs I saw when I was younger, and I loved it because like truthfully I always felt like kind of like the ugly best friend, kind of like I never felt like very beautiful in my skin or like very beautiful like in life, and so I really related to the main character who also I think society's like, oh, she's ugly, you know, and you know it's a whole like situation comedy kind of movie, which I usually don't gravitate towards because I don't like plots based on lies, because I'm always like really anxious of like, okay, well I know they're gonna find out eventually. I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah.
But I really liked it, and I really resonated with it, and I appreciated her journey and how strong she was, and like the fact that like she found love, and it's a movie I go back to all the time. It's like the only movie I've bought on Prime Video. That's how much I love it. And then Princess and the Frog was obviously like the first Black princess that Disney had, and I remember being in middle school and finding out that they were releasing the first, Black Disney princess and how much that meant to me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'd grown up and like the closest one was Pocahontas, and that's obviously not what I look like. Yeah, it was so formative. I think it made me appreciate being like a black leading lady in roles, whether they are like about race or not, especially if they're not about race.
Yeah.
Like I did Ella Enchanted, and I was Ella in, you know, a theater in Atlanta. And I kind of, and she's a princess, and it was the first time I played a princess. And I, you know, remember like seeing and meeting like, you know, like younger black girls, or even this like young like little kid black girl, and how much, like hearing how much that meant to them, and also like how much that meant to me, like being able to see ourselves in a leading like princess role was really huge.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
for sure. And yeah, what advice would you give to the people who are going to watch this?
My advice would be to stay open to movies, because I feel like I'm stopped a lot of the times because I hear either critiques about movies or I hear high praises with movies, and I get really like, I don't know how good it can be. Like that's why I didn't watch Pride and Prejudice for 10 years, you know? But I would just say like keep an open mind and like make your own opinions, because you might like some things that no one else likes, and I think that's okay.
Yeah. And then the final thing I want to ask you is, do you have any upcoming movies that you're excited for?
I'm excited for Bad Guys 2.
That's fair.
I am so pumped for that, because I loved Bad Guys, the first one. I watched it on the plane, and I was like, this movie rocks. So I can't wait for the second one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, we're going to do one every other week. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.
Bye.